Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morris Man, and as always, I thank you guys for coming to my channel. I'm going to do a response, and I rarely do these, but this is all about educating young folks. This is not about I'm writing you wrong and we go back and forth because I'm like, that's childish stuff. But, I think it's important sometimes to voice your opinion, so young folks, because again, this is all about young folks, educating them. And I posted a video 2 days ago. It's called the new YouTube format, WTF. Because every like year now, YouTube keeps changing, their visual and their, menu thing, and you lost now. You got to learn a whole nother, format. And I asked myself, what is this about? Why is this so constantly changing? And one guy chimed in and he said, with the ever changing technology and security and blah blah blah, it's necessary, and you need to do a little research before you post these videos. And I'm like, okay, I will give you partial that, because I totally understand that things constantly change, especially when it comes to computer stuff. But do you have to tear down the entire model and build another one that's inferior to the one that you had in place already? That makes no sense to me. Okay, I understand again. Okay, we've implemented these new security risks because of hackers and things of that nature. Why don't you just add that on to the already existing model or the format? Why does it have to be totally leveled off, tore down, and rebuilt? That's my issue, because I talked about this the other day, how it's all about justifying salaries. Because when the time I was in corporate America for almost 24 years, I used to see that, I get a new boss, whether the old boss retired or got another job, here comes the new guy. And what they've told the new guy is you have to implement new changes. And the changes that he implement don't make sense, not necessary, and just really stupid, but he has to do it to say I did something different to justify my salary. Instead of them saying, hey, it's riding smoothly, just come in and maintain, because in most cases, it just has to be maintained, as opposed to it's raggedy and you got to come in and fix it. In most cases that I've personally experienced, it's riding smoothly. We got a new skipper. Okay, just make sure that the new skipper is still on the same course. But instead, and this is these companies, not the managers, the new guys coming in. It's these companies. They want these new guys to come in and shake up things and change it. Again, it's different when he comes in with the understanding, like with sports, you got a losing team. Okay, we want you to build into a winning team. Totally understandable. But in business, it's like there's not really anything wrong with this. But yet these changes are forced upon us because of justification of salary. That's what that's about. Again, it ain't about, okay, it's not really working, so that's what we brought you in to help make it work. So that's my response to that guy, because apparently that guy's one of those guys that's part of that plan, as far as he's been brought in to make new changes. So I can understand his bias, because it's like, and I'm not just talking about, corporate America. One of my subscribers made a very good point, because I'm like, what, I've noticed that too for years, and thanks for validating that to me, as to say it wasn't all in my head, because you work in this industry, streets and sanitation, where they tear up the street. I've seen them seem like they're milking. It's like a 2-week job turns into a 2-month job. When I lived in Illinois and I lived in this apartment complex, the realty company was real on top of things, as far as I call them and say, hey, something ain't working. Next morning, they sent a guy out. And they redid my floor. They took up the old tile, put in some much better tile. Because again, if you're going to make changes, the changes are hopefully better changes instead of the lateral changes, or actually in most cases like YouTube, it's a step back change, or a step down change. So he sent the guy out to do my kitchen. And I'm not a tradesman. I've laid tile before on the floor, and I've done some drywall stuff. By no means I attest to be or claim to be an expert in that field, because I'm not. But I'm looking at the estimate time that this should take. I'm like, this is a 2-day job. He was in there for about a week. And I'm like, I don't have an issue with you milking this, in a sense to say, okay, this is a 2-day job, but I'm going to say it was a 5-day job. But in 2 days, I'm out of here. I'm somewhere else relaxing. I would go as far as to vouch for you to say, okay, he was in here for 5 days, even though he wasn't. As long as you get out of my way after 2 days instead of you in my way for an entire week, slowing me down because you milking this. And that's why I'm a little salty now, because you slowing me up because you're milking it. So again, this whole justification thing spans long, way past just corporate America. Streets and sanitation, corporate America, sports, music. So I just thought I would post this video in response to that gentleman, as far as, you know what you're talking about, and you need to do your research. I see what I see, man. And I've been seeing this since I was in my early 20s. And it ain't changed. So till next time, take care. Thanks for watching. Appreciate your support.